Ocean. Indonesia is the only one archipelago country in the world. It is governed by 100,000 islands owned by Indonesia, and it is surrounded by two major oceans, which are Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean.
You can find our base mountains such as Bromo and Semeru Mountain in East Java that is famous for its beautiful scene, and Jaya Mountain for its 365 days no raining. And then, another panoramic view is our lovely beaches in Bali that becomes the most wanted destination for enjoying lovely sunset, surfing, and even as the first idea of honeymoon place. On the other hand, don't forget to visit Borobudur Temple in Center Java because it is one of the greatest Buddhist monuments in the world, and even it has been recognized as UNESCO World Heritage.
Blessed with abundant natural resources, Indonesia is a renowned market for resources extraction, such as
palm oil. Indonesia is the world's largest exporter of palm oil, producing about 19 million tons per year. The demand of palm oil is growing and fast. It ends up in hundreds of food products, from margarine and chocolate to cream cheese. Palm oil is also used in cosmetics and biodiesel. Thermal coal. Indonesia is the world's second largest exporter of thermal coal. Indonesia coal is well known for its cleanest coal in the world, as it's less of ash and sulfur. Rubber. Indonesia is a country that has the greatest potential for land developed into rubber, making it as the world's largest producer of rubber at nearly 2.4 million tons per year. Cocoa. Indonesia is the third largest producer of cocoa in the world after Ghana and Ivory Coast, and the most significant cocoa bean supplier in East Asia. Indonesia's biggest competitive advantages include its low cost, high production capacity, efficient infrastructure, and open trading or marketing system.
Indonesia is the country that is very rich of flora and fauna and is the most complete flora and fauna in the world. Indonesia has a rich fauna of the region are very diverse. The diversity of fauna for many reasons are first is because it's located in the tropics, so it has a tropical rainforest that is rich in tropical forest, plants and animals. The second is because located between two continents, Asia and Australia. Due to these conditions, the Indonesian region is rich in faunal diversity. There's various types of fauna, for instance, are mammals, reptiles, and birds. The second is about flora in Indonesia. Humans cultivate plants that live in a place that grows there naturally. Flora or world of plants at various places in the world must be different. It's influenced by several factors, among others as follows are climate, types of soil, high or low relief surface of the earth, and biotic. Several types of flora in Indonesia are affected by the climate, among others as follows. There's have season forest, tropical rainforest, savanna, and steppe. The example of flora in Indonesia are moon orchid, black orchid, Rafflesia arnoldi, and jasmine.
As the fourth most populous nation in the world, Indonesia consists of 350 different ethnic groups.
And from those 450 ethnic groups, only 4 ethnics that will be mentioned as the examples here. The first ethnic is Javanese. Javanese is one of the biggest ethnic in Indonesia with total population 41% from Indonesia's total population. In Javanese ethnic, there is several different ethnic that divided according to its geographic area such as East Java, West Java, and Betawi. Most Javanese in Indonesia are bilingual fluent in Indonesia and Javanese. The next ethnic is Dayaknis. The Dayak or Dayak are the native people of Borneo. It is a loose term for over 200 riverine and hill-dwelling ethnic subgroups located principally in the interior of Borneo, each with its own dialect, custom, laws, territory, and culture, although common distinguished traits are readily identifiable. Dayak language are categorized as part of the Austronesian language in Asia. Now we move to Balinese. The Balinese are an ethnic group native to the Indonesia island of Bali. Balinese population of 3 million live mostly on the island of Bali, making up 89% of the island's population. There are also significant populations on the island of Lombok and in the easternmost regions of Java, such as municipality of Banyuwangi. It is the most populous Hindu majority island in the world. The last is Bataknese. Batak is a collective term used to identify a number of ethnic groups predominantly found in North Sumatra, Indonesia. The term is used to include the Toba, Karo, Pakpak, Simalungun, Angkola, and Mandailing, which are distinct but related groups with distinct albeit related language and customs. In North Sumatra, Toba people typically assert their identity as Batak, while others Batak may explicitly reject that label, preferring instead to identify as specifically like Simalungun, Karo, or others.
What's another popular thing that Indonesia has? It's traditional arts. First, traditional dance, music instrument, and traditional pattern.
Indonesia is one of many countries which traditional arts are being favorited by foreigners, particularly traditional dance and traditional music instrument. Its ethnicity attracts the foreigners to come visit Indonesia and even bring it to their homeland to teach local people there who also interested in Indonesia traditional arts. In order to introduce Indonesia art to the wider scale, each year, Government of Indonesia send the college students as delegations to some countries to perform the traditional dances and the music instrument in an event called Indonesia Culture Mission. Various dances are performed there, such as Ngarujing Betawi, Saman from Aceh, Balinese dance, and etc. Another example of Indonesia art that has culture burden area are angklung and gamelan, traditional music instruments which are very popular worldwide. Don't forget batik, Indonesia's famous traditional pattern that is also adopted by international.
Indonesian traditional cuisine is diverse since there are approximately 6,000 populated islands in Indonesia. Many of the regional dishes exist based on the cultural and foreign influences.
Since Indonesia consists of many different cultures, thus the traditional foods are also varied. The most famous foods such as rendang, sate, and bakso are very well known not only for local people but also foreigners. Besides that, Indonesia also well known for its spicy sauce called sambal and also its snacks and street foods which usually can be found all along the street with a very reasonable price.
That's why we are proud as Indonesian.
That's why we are proud as Indonesian.
That's why we are proud as Indonesian.
We are proud as Indonesian.
That's why we are proud as Indonesian.
That's why we are proud as Indonesian.